Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Renu. I'm ready with another video, not just for the timelines to TR to PR pathway. A lot of you had questions like what if you have got the PPR for your spouse and how to go about the process. So I will be covering in detail, step by step in this video. And then I will also have an update on Federal Skilled Worker Program, CEC, and TR to PR pathway. So this is the latest news, what we have. And a lot of you are contemplating that maybe by end of this year, IRCC would cover all the applications. That is not going to happen, and what we are expecting in that. So I'll be covering in detail. So let's discuss quickly about the timelines, what we have right now as on November 18th. So this is a timeline for non-essential graduate with outland like outside dependent. So this principal applicant has got three dependent spouse, one daughter, one son. He has applied on May 6th at 7:01 p.m. Eastern Time. That's a great news for non-essential graduate. And in this, he has applied for medical. That was like old medicals of 2018. This is not for international graduate. This is for stream B. Like for non-essential, like non-healthcare. He has received the AOR on September 23rd, and he was able to link up his application the very day and got the biometric like the BIL for principal applicant, spouse, and daughter. And this was all done on September 29th. However, the son was exempted. The reason being is that he is 8 years old right now. So medicals for all the three dependents were submitted upfront on September 30th, as you see here. And there was an additional requisition like an ADR, and that was also on November 3rd. So only medicals and biometrics were submitted in this case. Now he got the update on that medicals were passed on November 12th, and then there was a PR portal. So that was on November 16th itself. Moving on to another timeline is for stream B, that's NOC 40 like 4411. This applicant has applied on May 6th at 1:38 p.m. Eastern Time, and the AOR was received on August 30th. ADR was for police clearance certificate and for like PCC only, and thereafter there was a BIL, that biometric instruction letter, that was received on September 7th. If you see here, there was a PR confirmation portal immediately, like after 2 months time period. So things are taking time. Credentials for PR portal, that was on November 12th. And then there was an ECO PR that was on November 17th itself. Now in this case, he has to wait for at least 2 to 6 weeks time period to get the PR card. Moving on to another timeline is for open work permit and TR to PR pathway. Now, this single applicant has applied his application under two categories. The one is under CEC and the other one was under TR to PR pathway non-healthcare. That's stream B. If you see here the comparison, he has applied under TR to PR pathway, and that's the reason I brought this case up for you in case if you have applied under dual citizenship or dual immigration program. I apologize for that. So dual immigration program, what would be the outcome? So under TR to PR pathway, he has applied on June 1st, and under CEC, he has applied on July 6th. So it's almost like a month later he has applied on CEC. Let's discuss the progress. He got the ITA on July 2nd. And that's the reason he applied under that plan. He got the express entry AOR, that was on September 2nd. So the express entry is like CEC AOR, and he got the biometric request again under CEC on October 4th, and October 30th was the day when he got the landing fees paid, and the information was all uploaded. So he's supposed to submit the landing fees towards later stage, and that has always been the rule. Under TR to PR pathway, however, the government has asked you to process both the visa processing fee and right of landing fee, that we call landing fee, at the initial go. Under Federal Skilled Worker Program, it's usually at the later stage. The PR confirmation email was received on November 17th. And if you see, on the contrary, he has not received any update under TR to PR pathway. So that's the thing. CEC, of course, it's pretty fast if you get an ITA, and it shouldn't take more than 3 or maybe like 5 months time period, provided you should be a single applicant. There have been cases where principal applicant has got spouse outside Canada, and that takes little more than expected time. All right, so under stream B, he has there's another candidate. He has applied on May 6th at 12:27 p.m. Medicals were passed on July 20th, and 2 days later, he was able to link up his application. He got the AOR on July 26th and received the medical update on October 15th, where it says you do not need any medicals. He raised the web form to IRCC for inquiry on November 8th, and there were ghost updates on November 13th itself. There was a portal request on November 15th, and then, of course, the portal credentials on the very same day. And 2 days later, he has received the ECOPR, that's on November 17th. So this was all under stream B. Now let's discuss about the cases where you have, now for those who have spouse outside Canada and they have got the stage where the passport submission, like the PPR, has to be done. So now if you are in Canada, of course, you will get a letter, or even if you are outside Canada for your spouse, you will get the letter where you have to submit the passports. Now, passports, you have to go through this VFS .global, and I'll send the link in the description box below. So where, I'll just read it for you. Passport submission service. Now, it is obviously it's been commenced now since July 19, 2021. So clients who receive a passport submission letter need to fill the passport submission web form. So when you click on that, I'll just take you there. So in-person submission of passport at Visa Application Center is strictly prohibited. Now, please note that you will need to allow up to 14 days for the return of your stamped passport once delivered to High Commission. Okay, so these are the, I'm sorry. Yeah, so these are the things you just have to keep in mind. Let me just set it here. Okay, something is fishy here. Okay, so here it's saying, let's dive into, oops, just hold on, let me get that first. All right, so I got back to this page. So where it says, you have to click on this web form. So when you click on that, it will take directly to this page. So you have to fill up this, select your visa category. Of course, under TR to PR pathway, we'll be going for passport submission for permanent residence application. Select that. Did you enroll biometric for this application? So if you've already, have done the biometrics, of course, you don't have to, you just have to say, did you enroll biometrics for this application? So you can click on yes. They will give you the option, location at which biometrics was enrolled. You can put the information in there. And in case if it's no, depending upon your application type, you have to mention. And if it's a dependent outside of Canada, you have to select one, and then just put the PIN code for passport collection, and then you have to enter this security thing. When you provide that PIN code, then of course you just have to click on check if PIN code is serviceable and follow the instructions out there. So that's very simple out there, and just keep in mind that you have to follow the guidelines, and on the letter it says that you just have to submit the passport for your spouse, and this is the method it can be done. So it's actually a two-way courier for all the categories. So you can also look for more information and go to vfs.global, and they would probably be able to get you more update. It shouldn't take more than say 2 or 3 weeks time period in total. So yeah, you're all good, and you can also track the information whatsoever you have submitted, especially with the passports. This is such a sensitive database, so you definitely can track more information onto it. Now let's dive into our latest news, what we have received. on CIC News, and I'll be sharing the link in the description box below. Canada has a backlog of nearly 1.8 million immigration applicants, if you see here. And this is just a journal article. It's not like any update or something, but it's more like, this is exactly the number they are talking about, 1.8 million immigration application and under permanent residence. So they have kind of clarified the whole information into it. 375,000 permanent resident application, and this is temporary resident applications. So let's get to the final touch. Yes, now number of permanent residence applications in processing, and that is as on October 27th, like almost a month ago database here. So under CEC, if you see processing inventory, this is exactly the number, and you can check more information under it. And under TR to PR, this is like 17,693. So this is they are processing the application. So based upon a lot of speculations are going on that they would be covering by the end of like all the TR to PR pathway applicants will be able to get AOR by end of this year. Honestly speaking, that is not feasible. That's not going to happen. Reason being is that we are still at May 6th, and we just moved to 4 o'clock or maybe like 5 o'clock max to max, and that's very rare in number. So getting an AOR and a TR to PR pathway, it will definitely take another couple of months. And then we are expecting winter vacations, or you could say Christmas holidays or year-end vacations. That's going to be like around 11 to 15 days time period. So there would be huge backlog for sure. So let's be practical over here. This will take time. And as and when I get an update, I will be posting new videos for you guys. I hope this makes sense to you. And if you have any question, you can always reach back to me. Till then, take care and stay safe, guys. Bye.